If you've been following my channel for a while, you know about my hair transplant. If you have, this is your first video with me, I had a hair transplant. Yeah, basically on our second date at Smoothie King, I told her I had a hair transplant, took my hat off, showed her the scar, showed her the pictures of the surgery. Like,
아니 수술 사진.
but anyway, there's certain cultural things you do, and like, you buy the same clothes, you buy a gift for being together after 100 days and 200 days and 300 days. And I'm American, we don't do that kind of shit. But many Koreans, particularly Korean fathers, who are highly conservative and would have something to say about the fact that I'm black. I mean, we're just two people that love each other, and we made a point to work past the things that made us different and find the things that we both believe in, and we take care of each other. And I think that's really what the foundation of a good, strong relationship or marriage is. I met my wife in a language exchange. It was serendipitous. I didn't try to meet her. It was 2014. I was in grad school. I was studying Korean linguistics. And I was like, man, I need to improve my Korean speaking skills because all of the lectures are in Korean. All of my papers and stuff had to be written in Korean. And it was just, I just needed to improve my Korean. It was decent. It just wasn't great. And that's where I first met my wife, who is currently ordering things on H&M. And I was like, man, I gotta find out who this is, man. The language exchange lasted like an hour, and you partner up and you rotate around and talk. I remember I didn't get a chance to get paired with her, which I was disappointed about. So after the language exchange, I asked her if she wanted to go get something to eat, grab some dinner or something. And she told me no.
기억을 잘못하는 거 있는 거.
Bullshit. I tell straight facts. I think you said fuck no, didn't you? It wasn't just a no, it was like a hard no. No. And no, I'm just fucking. She said she did say no though. And so I went back to my dorm, and my roommate is this Korean guy. And I was like, yo, I need some cultural experience from you. Why did this girl say no to me? Is there a reason, like, was something wrong with my breath? And he's like, no, sometimes the girls play hard to get, and in our culture you gotta ask multiple times, and they can't seem too forward or too easy. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I went back to the language exchange, did our thing. This time I actually did get partnered with you, if I recall correctly. We got partnered together and had some speaking activities and stuff, which was great for me. And I feel like she was feeling me. And so after the language exchange was over, I asked her again, hey, you wanna go grab something to eat and have dinner? We can talk and get to know each other a little bit more. You remember that, right? No, don't 아니.
아니, 진짜 기억이 안 나?
아니, you have
아니야, 원래 그거 끝나고 다 같이 밥을 먹으러 갔어. 밥을 먹으러 갔는데 너가 식당에서 너가 수저를 이렇게 다 테이블에 챙겨줬잖아. 그래서 내가 이 외국인인데 이렇게 잘 챙기는구나. 되게 착하다 생각을 했지.
Hold on, we're gonna come back to that, but my memory is a little bit there. I remember the second time I asked her, she was like, no.
아니야. 그거 기억나. 너가 너가 나한테 카톡으로 연락이 왔어. 같이 뭘 먹자고 했나?
So you can't even remember. I remember.
했어.
I was hurt.
아니 같이
You hurt my
만나자고
feelings.
했어. 그래서 내가 알았다고 했어. 그래서 만났어. 강남에서 만났잖아. 강남에서 만났는데 내가 그랬어 너한테. 뭐 먹을래? 그랬어. 그랬더니 너가 단백질 탄수화물이라고 했어.
아니 그거 기억나. 맞아. I was
이게 뭐지?
I was big into like working out. I was trying to bulk up, and so I hadn't eaten anything for hours. I was in a state of like atrophy. My muscles needed food, so I was like, yeah, give me some protein and some carbohydrates. That's all. I don't care. But it's basically my way of saying I don't care what we eat. Let's just eat something. She took it literally. It's like, this motherfucker said he wants carbs and protein. The fuck?
아니 한 번도 뭐 먹고 싶냐고 물어보는데 그렇게 말하는 사람을 본 적이 없어요 여태까지. 또 웃긴 거 기억났어. 밥을 먹고 커피숍에 갔어 우리가. 근데 거기서 네가 나한테 손금을 봐준다.
That shit never fucking happened. All right? I'm not that cheesy. I would never in my life.
아니 뭐지? 외국인 아니었나?
I'm gonna edit this part out. I never.
아니 외국인이 손금을 봐준다고 나한테.
This is embarrassing. I completely forgot that happened. I just wanted an excuse to touch her hands. You know how that is, man. It worked. It worked. I told you your future. We get married. That's what I said. We're getting married. And look at us now. What are we?
첫 번째 너가 나한테 여자친구가 되어줄래? 라고 얘기했던 그날은 얘기 안 해.
Why you gotta bring all this embarrassing shit out?
스무디킹에서
Oh yeah. Okay, so Smoothie. What date was that? Was that our second date? No,
그치?
Smoothie King. Yeah.
뭐 따지고 보면 세컨 데이트인데.
Oh, so okay. So after what she just said, where we went to the coffee shop, we went to a Smoothie King after another language exchange. It was in Gangnam. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know about my hair transplant. If you have, this is your first video with me, I had a hair transplant. I'm wearing hair fibers right now. Basically, I always had a hat on because I had the hair transplant surgery, but it only been like what, 5 months since I had the surgery? 4 months? I'm thinking I'm at the Smoothie King with this girl that I'm like, wow, she's awesome. You know, I want to make her my girlfriend. I want to date her. You know, I want to have a relationship with this woman. You know, so I was like, I got to bite the bullet. I know a lot of you ask me, how do I deal with girls when it comes to my hair transplant, hair fibers? Yeah, basically on our second date at Smoothie King, I told her I had a hair transplant, took my hat off, showed her the scar, showed her the pictures of the surgery. Like,
아니 수술 사진. 아니 굳이 내가 그거를 막 그 스킨 이렇게.
you know, no, now looking back, she was a trooper, man, because I like showed her like every step of the procedure for a hair transplant, an FUT transplant.
아니 나는 그 전까지 그런 수술이 있다는 것도 몰랐어.
She just sipping the smooth like, 그렇군요. Because I felt like this, man. Like, I didn't want to start the relationship. I don't want to say lying, but it's one of those things you don't want to hide. You know, we've talked about this in previous videos I've mentioned about hair loss, where you don't want to hide that kind of thing. Like, I just felt like I had to tell her, and if she would have accepted it at that moment, that I knew that she was the right one, and she basically said, okay, so what did you say? You're gonna have hair now, or 뭐라고 했어? 기억 안 나, 솔직히. 네가 그래서 나중에 머리 나오겠다는 말이지?
아니 그런 얘기 안 했을까? 그냥 네가 나한테 뭐 괜찮아 막 그랬겠지? 그래서 상관없는데.
So that's why, like right now, I'm wearing hair fibers, and it's not really a big deal. She's been with me since the beginning of my hair loss journey, like the hair transplant and stuff. She's been super supportive every step of the way. So yeah, where are we talking about now? I feel like this suddenly became a hair loss video. When you think about, because you've had like many boyfriends, like Korean boyfriends.
Not really. 그냥
조심해라. What are some differences that you have come to realize about being with a foreigner as opposed to being with a Korean guy?
아니 나는 솔직히 얘가 외국인이야? 라는 생각을 내가 계속 했다니까. 아니 손금 봐준다 그랬지. 커플 슈즈 그것도 네가 먼저 하자고 했지.
Because I'm trying to immerse myself in the culture. That was what was culturally like acceptable. It's what my roommate told me to do. He was like, you got to get the same shoes. I was like, but anyway, there's certain cultural things you do, and like you buy the same clothes, you buy a gift for being together after 100 days and 200 days and 300 days. And again, I'm American. We don't do that kind of shit. But because my wife is not American, I decided it was necessary for me to partake in these cultural excursions. So she thought I was weird for doing those things. You don't appreciate that I tried?
아니야. 뭐?
Well, 나밖에 없잖아. Can't believe this on camera. The biggest difficulty for dating or marrying somebody who's not American has been the language. It's not because I don't understand what she's saying or that she doesn't understand what I'm saying. The way we communicate in America and the way we communicate in Korea are different. Koreans tend to be a bit more indirect. They choose the words carefully as to not cause people to feel upset. They don't brag a lot. They don't attack people directly. That's the difference. Because in the States, you know, if you're dating somebody and you get in an argument, you're like, yo, bitch, I told you, don't do that. Basically, the biggest issue that we had when we were dating was the fact that we just couldn't quite get on the same page. That is less of an English-Korean problem. I think it's more of a personality problem. Like, it took a while for us to get on the same page. But I think every relationship's like that. And we just had the added difficulty of a language. We don't fight as much as we used to. We rarely fight, actually. I try to be more understanding. I try to listen more. And when I'm angry, I try not to attack her. Like if we're fighting, you know, it's not me versus my wife. It's me and my wife versus whatever problem we're dealing with. Because my wife is the most loving, patient person I've ever met. And she deals with a lot of my shit. Right? Yeah, so what else is different?
그냥 똑같아. 딱히 잘 모르겠어.
No, wait, hold on. We got to be clear here because you're not a typical Korean girl.
그건 맞아.
She's traveled, she's spent time abroad. She lived in Australia for like a year and was exposed to different cultures early. And so she has foreign friends. She's not what I would consider a prototypical Korean girl.
요즘에는 그렇게 티피컬이라는 그렇게까지 막 그런 사람들 많은가?
그치? 나도 그렇게 생각해. It's changed. The Korean culture has evolved, man. Maybe back in like 2000, 2010, maybe, you could say that there was a typical Korean man or woman. It's just like everybody else, man. If you can get past the language.
다 다르기도 하고 다 똑같기도 하고 그런 거지.
How does your father, how did he feel the first time he met me and found out that I was black?
아빠 신경 안 썼는데.
Actually, we met under less than ideal circumstances. Her father and I, her brother had gotten into a car accident. And so I took her to the hospital to go visit him. And her dad was there, which is how I met her dad for the first time. And given the circumstances, I don't even think he really paid much attention to me. I mean, his son is, you know, he got hurt in an accident, so I was the least of his concerns. But even with that, like from day one, he was just like, yeah, whatever. You're black, okay, whatever. I don't care. Just take care of my daughter. I would say her family is non-traditional.
그냥 오픈 마인드.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. They're a bit open-minded to the possibility that there are other people in the world besides Korean people. However, there are many Koreans, particularly Korean fathers, who are highly conservative and would have something to say about the fact that I'm black. Actually, I'll link a video up above. I'll link a video. There was like these street interviews where they talk about what's it like being a black person in Korea and stuff. This guy interviewed some Korean parents and grandparents and asked them how they would feel if they found out that their daughter or son was dating a black person. And it was like half-half. Maybe they cherry-picked the results, but like the ones that didn't like it, they basically said, you know, black versus white kind of thing. And the ones that didn't have a problem with it, they were just like, yeah, whatever, people are people. And that's it, people are fucking people, man. Your aunts and uncles and stuff.
다 좋아하지 않아? 할머니도 너 좋아.
Her grandma loves me. She's so sweet. She loves me.
삼촌들도 좋아하고.
Oh, they all love me, man. Like,
고모들도 좋아하고. 큰엄마도 좋아하고. 다 좋아하는 것 같은데? 다 너가 착한 줄 알잖아.
her. 착하니까. What are you trying to say?
착한 줄 알잖아.
Before I met Jie, I dated this girl, Korean girl. She comes from a very conservative family, and then her family found out about it. Your daughter and son are gonna be like rappers and thugs and basketball players and shit. And I was flabbergasted by that. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we broke up because of that. Like,
근데 그 사람도 이상하다고 그러지 않았어?
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, if you're gonna date internationally, just do your homework. Vet your girlfriend or boyfriend, you know? Vet their family's views on you. Like, if I'd have found out that her father or brother did not like me because of the color of my skin, it would have broken the relationship. I couldn't do it. Her aunts and uncles, I don't give a fuck. If her grandma didn't like me, I could deal with that too. But father and brother, if they said, oh, I don't want you dating a black guy or whatever, yeah, I probably would have broken that off. Dating for us and being married, this is easy. I mean, we're just two people that love each other, and we made a point to work past things that made us different and find the things that we both believe in, and we take care of each other. And I think that's really what the foundation of a good, strong relationship or marriage is.